to the channel. Today we're going to be going through a very important topic when trying to win more gunfights in Warzone. I'm not going to lie, this is probably the most important thing. It's going to be your centering, okay? We're going to show you guys what I mean in a private game, then we're going to jump into some Warzone clips and kind of break it down. So your centering is essentially your middle crosshair, okay? So this thing right here, your middle crosshair, is the most important thing. Why? Because as you're going around, if you have good centering and you know where they are, you can simply aim in and shoot. And what happens is you essentially prepare for the gunfight before it takes place. Very, very important. If you watch any pros in, if you watch Biffle or Aiden or Joel, whoever you watch, you will notice their centering is at a very high level and it allows them to be more prepared for gunfights. I'm not gonna lie, I think Biffle has the best centering in the Warzone scene. I don't know what it is, but when I watch him, he has insane centering, like probably better than most I've ever seen. So yeah, for me, if you want to improve your centering, Biffle's a great person to watch. The other thing I would also say is your sensitivity is a massive factor. So I've experimented with 12-12, 6-6, 7-7, 15-15. I've done it all. And the reason why most pros like to go for a lower sensitivity isn't because they can't necessarily handle their shot. It's more because of the centering. Let me give you an example. So right now we're playing 6-6, which is what my standard is right now. So you might see 20-20 and you might say, oh, this is a lot more flashy, right? You're going through a lot more flashy, but the problem is this, like, you see the centering, because it's harder to adjust those small, like, micro adjustments, it causes more inconsistencies with your centering against better players. So yes, you can shoot with 20-20. I can have a decent shot. You can see I'm hitting my shots when I need to, but the initial centering is a lot harder to control, okay? So you want to try to have a sensitivity that you're comfortable with that allows you to be flexible. However, you want to focus on your centering. For me, that's the most important thing and the most important thing you guys should really work on, okay? So most of the time when I'm coaching people, just generally when I'm watching them, what I find is they do this. They center like this. As they're running around, their aim is kind of low like this. And then when they see someone, they then have to adjust and aim up, okay? So you see how I'm aiming in and then I have to look up? We're trying to minimize that. What we're trying to do is this. Instead of walking a little bit too low, you see right now we're a bit too low. Oh, let me go back to my, my base sensitivity real quick. You want to make sure your middle crosshair, right, is basically at the level you want it to be. So let me show you what I mean. We go through. There's bots fighting. Let's see, I go for the trade. I know he's around the corner. I should be able to, like, go around and then kill him. But instead, I have to look up. You want to have your middle crosshair where you expect them to be. So right now, as I go around the corner, I don't know where he is, but I expect him to be there. So we're going to have our crosshair a little bit level. As I go through now, I'm going to have it slightly up. Why? Because I'm going up the stairs, okay? So right now, you can see my centering is at a decent level. It's going to be around their chest. You don't want it too high because if somebody kind of slides and you're going to have to adjust it again, you kind of want it at their chest level. And what you're trying to do is you want to aim in and be ready for the gunfight. So let's show you exactly what I mean with a new bot here, and then we'll go into some gameplay, some clips. So we're going to find this bot. Okay, let's use this one because it's a bit closer. So as I'm going around the corner, I'm going to be ready for the gunfight. So as I slide cancel, you see I'm ready. As I slide cancel, I'm ready. You see I go through and I'm ready for the gunfight. As you're going around now, you can see your crosshair placement is exactly where it needs to be, and it makes it a lot easier to get shots off and get those kills at a quicker time to kill. Let's get right into some clips and show you exactly what I mean. So now we're actually in some Warzone gameplay. Let's show you some clips and kind of break through just how centering applies in your game. So right now you see we're going to crosshair, and in this situation, okay, you see how I get the first kill. So again, my crosshair is where it needs to be. This player isn't actually moving, so it's quite easy. We get the first kill. As soon as we kill him now, I'm going to go across. And as I'm reloading now, this is why low sensitivity is, in my opinion, easier to control. Because as I go through now, my centering is pretty poor. But as soon as I spot him, immediately my first thought isn't to aim in and move left. No, it's to move my centering, move my crosshair left, and then start to shoot. Why? Because I want to get this bit first. As soon as I get that shot off, I'm able to jump around and keep track of the aim. In this next clip here with the BP50, we're going through and I can hear him through the window. So in this scenario, I know he's coming through the window and I can actually see him on my left. So what I'm going to do is as I slide or wherever I do, I'm going to move my crosshair towards the direction of the enemy. So I'm going to move my crosshair to the enemy. Now my crosshair is at the window. All I need to do now is aim in. When you're aiming in now, that's when you add more movement in. So in this case, I'm going to go in and drop shot, okay? So you want to make sure your centering is your first point of basis. You want to make sure your centering is where it needs to be. Once you do that, your next step is to work on your movement. Once your centering is good, so right now my centering feels like it's at a good level. It's right near the opponent. I'm then going to use some movement. So I'm going to jump backwards in this case because I'm trying to create space. So jumping backwards. As we're jumping backwards, we're tracking him with our right stick. We're making sure our right stick is exactly where it needs to be, okay? So you want to make sure your centering is your first point of basis, and then you're using your right stick to kind of track them and get more kills. In this next scenario, Sorry about that. Okay, let's go through that again. In this next scenario, you're going to see a 1v2. Now, this isn't a lower lobby. It's about a gold lobby because I'm trying to rank up. I don't really play Warzone rank, but you're going to see what we do in a 1v2. So this is where centering is really crucial. We get the first shot off. We make him one shot. I'm now going to back away. I know he's coming through the door. So the first thing I want to do is get my crosshair in place with the door, okay? So my crosshair is in place with the door. So as I slide cancel, I'm trying to add movement. I'm trying to break the opponent's camera while adding movement. So look, as I'm sliding, I'm moving my crosshair to the left so that when I slide past him, I'm able to get some shots off. Great play. We get the first play, okay? Now, instantly, I'm going to back away. Once again, I'm going to try to camera them. So I'm going to back away because I don't want to fight him at the door. I want him to push me, and my crosshair, once again, is at the door. Now, when I jump backwards, you're going to see how we keep our crosshair based at the door, and we're able to get the kill. Make sure in these scenarios, you're always like prioritizing your centering, and then the second thing you want to prioritize is your movement. You want to add movement to make sure that you're hard to hit. Your centering is a first step, movement is a second. So make sure you do this in your gameplay. We're going through same scenario. I know he's up there, so what do? We keep our right stick where we expect him to be, and now it's just a micro adjustment, we get the kill. You're going to see this a lot here. It's just getting the shots off, making a micro adjustment and getting the kill. If I think they're coming through a window, I'll pre-end the window. So we go through, look at that. Our centering is fairly good there. All we have to do is go for a jump shot. Right now we know he's up top, so we're going to line up our shot, go across, easy shots, okay? You want to line up your shot with your centering. Once you get some shots off, you want to add some movement to be hard to hit and just make the gunfight go on a bit longer. And you're seeing it right now with this sniper clip. We go through and it's an insane shot. Why? Because we focus on our centering. Well, now that wasn't the best play in terms of probability wise, you're more than likely to die there, but we made it work there. What I would have done, just to go back for a second, because I think that's quite important to know. In this sniper clip, I actually had a backup plan. If I was going for sniper clips, that's why I went for this. But if my shot wasn't to hit, I had a backup plan. My backup plan was this. I was going for a shot, again, focusing on the centering. If I didn't land that, all I would have done is immediately gone into cover and armor up. I don't think it was the best play. I should have landed a bit further away because if I missed that, he probably would have killed me. So yes, it was a good fancy shot, but it wasn't actually the best play. As we go through to the next one, I see them in the door, right? I see them in the door. So I know, okay, he's going to push me. So let me back away, have my crosshair near the door because that's the first bit of danger. And then I'm just going to track it. So as he goes through now, we track him with our crosshair. And as he's landing, we get some shots off. I didn't sit in an off angle. I didn't do anything crazy. I just had my centering at the door because that was the immediate exit. As he comes through now, I'm going to track him with my right stick. So we're moving our left stick to strafe, we're moving our right stick to track him, and then as we see him, we get some shots off. As we're shooting him, we want to add some movement, okay? So step number one, work on your centering. Step number two, be prepared. So be in a better position, make sure you're strafing. Step number three, as you see him, add some movement into your gameplay, add some movement into your gunfight, and that's exactly what we do to guarantee this kill. We get the centering well, we go through, we get the first kill, back away, and then we're able to strafe, and then we're able to get another kill. I can actually hear someone else coming through, so I do the same exact process. This time our centering was probably even better because he was actually sliding in, but our centering was well there, so we were able to get some shots off. Once again, adding movement, we were able to get another kill. So if you guys are struggling in gunfights, I really recommend doing that. I really recommend focusing on your centering, and then when you get into that gunfight, add some movement. It makes it a lot harder for them to kill you. Let's go through to the next clip here. Once again, with the sniper, centering is very, very important. I think it's the most important thing as a sniper because it allows you to get that first shot off, which kind of needs to be accurate because you don't have many opportunities to get shots off with a sniper. We're going through, once again, making sure my crosshair placement is where it needs to be. You're seeing we're going through, and constantly our crosshair is at a level where when we're aiming in, all we have to do is shoot, and that's quite like a good position to be in, right? You don't want to be adjusting your aim too much. You want to be ready for the gunfight, ready for the shot. You'll notice when you watch the pros play that they don't do too many adjustments, and then you're sometimes watching and saying like, why do they kill so quick? Well, that's a big reason. The time to kill is actually the same that you have. However, the only difference is because their centering is so good, once they spot someone, they aim in and they get the kill. It's a really, really important kind of tactic to learn and master. You're never truly going to have like perfect centering. There's always going to be room for improvement, but you can get some really good centering simply by applying it. Most of the time when I'm coaching people, they don't really think about the mechanic centering. They know what the term is, but they don't really think about it. If you can slow down and think, okay, where are my enemies expected to be coming from? Like right now, where do I think my enemy's coming from? Okay, I got the first kill. Let's see a clip where I actually get another kill. So right now, I know that my enemy is on the other side of this wall, a little bit higher than where I am now. So you're going to see as we go around the corner, we're moving our right stick a little bit higher. Why? Because I know that's the level. We go through, we get the shot off. Again, a little bit of a weird example because we're a sniper, but right now I know where he is. We're going to focus on our centering and then we back away. So centering is basically everything. So right now we go into cover and look what we do. because he's on top of a building, we're not going to maintain centering on the floor, right? We're going to make sure our centering is slightly higher. You're noticing how we're going around the corner? Our crosshair is a little bit higher because he's on top of a building. So your centering gets adjusted based on your opponent's position. So right now I have almost perfect centering, and now it's basically perfect. You can see I'm slowing it down. Centering is fairly good now. As I go a little bit higher, it's basically perfect now. Let's just slow it down. So in the game, this is kind of my centering at fast motion. We go through, we take our time. As soon as we see him, we then aim in. And because of that good centering, I'm able to hit shots immediately. There's no time to kind of reposition for him. We go through, we get that kill. It all comes down to the centering. Without good centering, you're really going to struggle in your gunfights. Right now, we know exactly what corner he's coming from. So what do? We don't run up the stairs. No, we know where he is. He knows where we are. So as we go around the corner, we're going to position ourselves to center towards him. So now as soon as I see him, I aim in, get some shots off, add some movement, and it's a simple process. Once you repeat it enough, it'll become a part of your game and you will improve drastically. Make sure to do this in your gameplay. We're going to end that one there on this clip here. We know he's up the stairs. Once again, we go through our crosshair placement, we're using our sound, and look at that. Even when chucking a stun, I'm making sure my crosshair placement is exactly where it needs to be. We go through, we bait him in, and we're constantly working on that crosshair placement, centering, whatever you want to call it. YouTube, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like. If you guys are on your journey to improve in Warzone, I'd really appreciate if you guys could subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me. I'm trying my best to give you guys the best kind of knowledge and information out there for you guys to improve, as well as me improving as well when I kind of share my journey with you guys. So YouTube, drop a like on the video if you enjoyed. I'll catch you guys for another one tomorrow. Peace.